Hey guys, it's time for another nutrition video, and the topic today is I guess it was thought of based on the fact that there's different nutrition considerations depending on our age. And in a couple months, I'm turning 40. Ooh, ooh. Lordy, bring on 40. I'm totally cool with it. Life just keeps getting better. But as a health professional and nutrition professional specifically, I know that there's certain considerations I need to keep in mind. And one of the things that when I'm looking at what I'm eating throughout the day, I'm noticing that I'm a little deficient in is calcium. Now, we're not always in the US, we're not deficient in too many things, but calcium is definitely one you hear about. And not just for women, guys, you too. Here's the thing, 99% of the calcium, so calcium is the most abundant mineral in the body. 99% of it is stored in our bones and our teeth, so there's some structural components there, and that's usually what we hear a lot about. But the other 1% is circulating in our blood, and it's doing a lot of really cool things around the body to keep you alive. And that's tightly regulated, so your body's going to keep it at that 1%, and if it's not at that 1%, it's going to pull from those bones, okay? So we need to keep depositing at the same time. So when we're young and growing, and we're also in our 20s and 30s, we're able to like build and deposit that calcium a lot more readily and efficiently, rather than take away. So it's a little bit flipped. And then when we're middle-aged, it's about equal. And then when we are, waving to my neighbor. And then when we are older, we are not as efficient at building, and our body pulls more. So just age itself, man or woman, puts us at a higher risk. And women are at an even greater higher risk after they reach menopause. And that's because estrogen's a bone builder. And guys, you have estrogen too. It builds your bones as well. You just don't experience the same type of drop in it as we do when we reach menopause. So that's why the intake recommendations go up in women 50 and older. So so when we look at that, and I'm looking at what I'm having all day, I'm like, oh man, I need a little topper. I'm not getting to where I need to get. I need a little topper. And then I started thinking, how many people know if they need a topper, right? How many people know that calcium is in a lot of things? It's naturally occurring in foods. It's actually added to foods or fortified. It's comes in some medications like antacids. It's in dietary supplements. And so all of that counts. And when dietitians are speaking with people, a lot of times people are taking quite a bit of calcium to make sure they reach that level, but they're not considering how much they're having in their diet. And you can get too much of a good thing. While there's the RDA and the AI and what we're supposed to have, there's also the upper limit, or UL, that if consistency in that range creates toxicity and can cause some health problems. So it's important to know what you're doing and not just go grab that safety net magic pill and think everything's going to be okay. You know, definitely if you're under the supervision of a doctor and he's got you doing things, do that. But I'm just talking generally here. So anyway, the National Institutes of Health calcium fact sheet for consumers is a really good source to kind of tell you what you need based on your age and your sex, and what food sources there are, dairy-based, plant-based, who else is at risk besides just women going through menopause, or some other populations too. It'll talk a little bit about supplementation. So, you know, kind of empower yourself to kind of look into that. Make sure that you're not just going for that safety net. Because the other thing too is when it comes to calcium absorption in general, we can only absorb 500 milligrams at a time. So if you're picking out a supplement that it's one and done, and you get 1,000 or 1,200 and think you're done, you're not really absorbing that whole amount. So you're really kind of wasting some money there, and you're not even considering what you're getting from food. And getting nutrients from food is preferred because there's a whole lot of other nutrients in that. So it's a fine balance. And so I hope that resource helps you. My goal is just to empower you guys and try to give some information that will help you as you move through your life stages. So take care.